I don't care. I'm saying it because it's true. I know everybody has feelings for 151 because they're attached to it because of the name. It brought a lot of people back into Pokemon. I understand. It's a good set. I'm not saying it's a bad set whatsoever, but it is just overvalued. 100%. And I know a lot of people aren't going to want to hear it, but it's just true. 151 is not an old set. 151 is only a year and a half old. It's still in rotation. It's still within the reprint window. It's not old, okay? This is not an out of print product or anything. It's new. And when you look at the prices of the products and you look at the cards in the set and the value, it makes no sense. 151, it's crazy. It's just because of time, right? And I've talked about this in some of my other videos, but I specifically wanted to make a separate video to talk about this because people are saying Prismatic Evolutions is expensive. They're not going to buy even when it dipped from all the scalpers and flippers at 100. People said it was super expensive, but when you look at a set like 151 that's now a year and a half old, it's had restocks, not really reprints, but it had a ton of supply at retail. Even when prices were in I guess more expensive than MSRP or retail. Even after all these restocks really did nothing to the price, and where it's at now, it's super expensive comparing what is actually in the set. You can see here, Elite Trainer boxes, just after a year and a half, they're at 170. Okay, it's at 170. Binder collections at 150 to 160, and they do actually sell for this price. You can see here. Booster bundles are now getting close to $70. I mean, if you look at sales, you can see they're basically selling at that much. And how much is a set really worth? $1,400. Look at the top chase card. $250. Then it drops to below 100 and it keeps going down. Now, there are a lot of cards in the set that are in the double digits, right? But it's not that crazy. Right now, the price per pack for 151 is $11. The pull rates for an SIR in the set, what is it? Around 30? I've searched it up, it's 30 or 32. If you do the math to pull an SAR, right, just any SAR based on the pull rates, you're going to be spending over 300 bucks. Does that make sense? The Charizard's 250 bucks. This is what I'm talking about. This set is overvalued. It's new. It's only a year and a half old. That's not old. It's not out of print. And you're telling me to even pull any SAR, you're not even getting the value of the top chase card? I mean, doesn't it just make sense that this is overvalued? The set value is 1400. I mean, it's 170 bucks in Elite Trainer box. Look at Prismatic. I know it's a new set. Yes, all these reprints, everything, everyone's scared of happening. It's going to crash the market. I know a lot of people are saying this is risky to buy, whatever. I'm not telling you to buy this, but just look at this. 120, right? Binder, I guess I pulled up the wrong one, but binders, let me search it up. Sorry, Prismatic binder, $72. Booster bundles. These aren't out yet, so it's inflated. It shouldn't be. It's not this expensive, but right now it's at 95. But like I said, it's not out yet. It will go down. But look at the set value, 7,800. Okay, what is the top chase? $1,600. You're gonna tell me that 151 is not overvalued? You could say, yeah, it's aged and stuff, and supply is diminished over time, and this is natural growth of a product. I don't care about 151. I know it's nostalgic to a lot of people, and a lot of people really like the set because of the name and everything, because it's original, and everyone goes crazy for the first gen stuff. But you cannot sit here and try to tell me that this is a fairly valued product. I know people will say, well, it gets to a certain point where the product becomes collectible. Yeah, I get it, but this is not, like I said, this is not out of print. This is new, and it's this expensive, and there's no value in it compared to the product prices. But then you look at Prismatic, that's what, $60 cheaper than 151, and you can pull all of these cards. Obviously, granted, pull rates are harder in this set, but there's other things you don't even need to pull an SIR to get an expensive card. You can get a Master Ball, which is, I think, pretty similar pull rates to an IR, and you can get God packs, Demigod packs, all these things. And it's like, when you really look at it this way, I mean, Prismatic, and this is why I've talked about it, I'm heavily invested into this set. I mean, it's like, to me, it's a no-brainer about this set that it's gonna keep going up. All these products are gonna just go up because these cards, like the value is crazy when you compare it to 151. And this, when we all know EV sets, right? It's such a no-brainer. Later there will be a video of me talking more about Prismatic Evolutions. You guys should definitely stay tuned for that. It's coming out later today in the afternoon. Um, yeah, that will definitely be a video you want to watch with Prismatic, because a lot of people have been saying some things with Prismatic and me, and you will definitely want to watch that because it'll clear some things up if you watch the whole video. But just want to talk about this because Prismatic Evolutions, I know out the gate it was super expensive, and it is expensive to be this new of a set and this expensive. But I'll keep saying it. There's so much value in the set that people don't talk about, and you compare it to these other sets that people don't complain that are expensive, because if you talk about 151, honestly, there's nobody complaining about it being expensive, right? Because it's a little bit older. It's not the most hyped thing right now, right? But Prismatic, since it's new and hyped up, people complain. I'm telling you, when this gets older, when Prismatic gets older, people are not going to complain. It'll just be a normal thing like it is for 151, because I think it's absurd that people are not complaining about 151 when there's not that much value in the set. You look at the product price, you look at Prismatic, and you look at the set price. Makes no sense to me, but like I said, it's time. People get mad when things are new and expensive, but when it gets older, people are okay with it. And I understand that concept to some extent, but there's just so much value in this set that seeing these product prices, it's really hard to argue when you can pull a $1,600 card. So that's all I wanted to say about this. I know I've said this so many times, but I really want to make this comparison and really just emphasize it here, because 151 is so overvalued for what it is, but nobody complains about it. But when you bring up Prismatic, everybody gets mad at you. It's crazy. And yeah, I mean, I think just time will solve it. And I think in a few months from here, when there's new popular things, Prismatic is not going to be this evil, hated, everybody hates it because it's expensive. I feel like it's just going to get to the point where it's like 151. It gets older, it's expensive, but people accept it because it's older. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, me comparing it. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I know people are going to probably go crazy on me because people are super attached to 151, and I get it. But for me, I mean, when you look at the numbers and everything, 151 doesn't make any sense to me. Why it's that expensive? In Prismatic Evolutions, although it is a much newer set, it makes way more sense that it's this expensive because of the, value you can get in this set. And like I said, you add the god packs, demigod packs, you add the master balls that are, I mean, there's a lot of master balls in the set that are pretty expensive. I mean, and even the pokeballs, all these different factors about this set. I'll keep saying it until this actually gets pretty expensive. Prismatic Evolutions it's cheap right now comparative to what you can get. I'm gonna keep saying it. It's cheap. So that's all I want to say. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.